I get it. I get people have their hills to die on. They have to vote Republican. But I feel like if there's ever an exception in the history of time, can't it be now? He's a horrible, horrible bully of a person, and I'm scared for us. I'm scared for us. Everyone, we are going into the mall. I'm sorry it's so loud, it's so windy, and that was a heater. Oh my gosh. So it is Monday, it is 11 now. I wanted to get here a little sooner because schools are out for the next 2 days. Not for us, we're homeschooling still, but we need an indoor walk because it is freezing. So that is what we're going to do.
I'm going to trade in some of my Wii games I don't want anymore to get like around $15.
I don't think you're gonna get 15.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna use the money I get from trading in Wii Sports to get a new game.
All right, hopefully.
I just traded in my games to get a new one. I got Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D.
Well, they only took one game, right?
Yeah, they only took Wii Sports.
So he brought his Wii Sports in and 2 others, which I didn't think they would take because they weren't on their site. They didn't, and unfortunately, for the one they took, they did give you the $13, but then they take away $5 because they have to send it off to clean it or something. So he got like $8.20, I think, which is, I mean, we bought it for $2 at the thrift store, so it's still a gain. You profited, and you enjoyed it for many years.
Yeah.
But you have all those same games on a different desk.
Now I have Wii Sports Resort, so I have no reason to keep this one anymore.
All right, well, hopefully everybody can hear us. We're going to try to get some exercise now. Hey friends, we are getting ready for quiet time. Sebastian is going to choose something to watch. We've got Ziggy Piggy getting ready for a nap. I don't know if my husband's going to come up and get him for a walk, but since we're not doing naps, he does just come up and get him since he's not disturbing anything. We went to the mall. Jax was bringing games to exchange, so I told him they'd only take one, and that was true. And the price that they quoted as giving you in-store credit was over $13, and that rang up, but then they charge you $5 to refurbish it, so that dropped it down to $8. Lovely. He still was able to get a game. We forgot to mention that we wanted to use our monthly credit, so we still have a $5 credit, but he's gonna have to take away $12 from the money he's earned. He keeps it in points that he earns. It was a little stressful being there. We went in, there's nobody in there. He got the credit for the game, and then he was holding, the shop worker was holding the the transaction open so Jax could choose a game, but then he took so long to choose that somebody else came up and they started helping him on the other register. That was the only guy working there. And oh, it was the longest transaction ever. He had to return a broken controller. He was exchanging another controller for credit and purchasing a brand new one with all the credit. It was so long. We stood there for like 15 minutes. 10 minutes is usually my limit inside a store. It had already been 10 minutes of waiting for Jax, and then we just stood there and stood there and stood there as mobs of people came in. At one point there was like 10 people in there, and it was supposed to be, I guess the sign says 8 to 10. Technically it was 11 with the store, the shopkeeper, whatever, the employee. So I was on the edge of a panic attack. I was really freaking out. One person came in, their mouth like this, and I was like, I really need to go. But finally we got through and we were able to close out our transaction. I couldn't just leave. It was just sitting there open with our credit. But we made it through. And then 2 minutes later, Jax loses the receipt. And we don't get the protection plan. We just hold on to our receipt and come back within a week if it doesn't work. So I'm like, you better find that receipt. We've had to use it twice on the used games that he's bought. So yeah, we did that and retraced our steps and found it. Phew. But my brain is now mush. I just ate some leftovers and I'm wearing my warmest shirt, my warmest sweater. I'm sorry, I'm making no sense because I can't English right now. I don't know what happened. I was nice and warm. I was wearing this and another sweater over it and just some ripped jeans and warm boots. So staying warm. It's in the 40s, but the wind makes it feel like it's in the 20s. Really cold. It seems like the wind is not as loud right now, so it's probably finally settled down. So wouldn't be surprised if my husband walks. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Gonna go get my shoes off. Lay down with him so he can get some rest. He's got some under eye circles going on. So allergies have been bothering him off and on. So yeah, gonna go do that. Friends, it is the end of Monday and I'm feeling anxious. Tomorrow is election day and I don't talk about politics much, but I mean, I feel you could guess how I feel. You could probably guess that I didn't vote for Trump. That I've not been happy about the last 4 years. I just need to do my video. I know you're having fun with your glow stick, but I can't keep switching. Which room would you rather be in? Would you rather be in your room? It's probably more fun.
Bed.
You can be in the bed. I'm just worried that this is gonna be a mess. I mean, worst case, our world could be thrown into chaos as both sides go against each other. There's not gonna be an answer tomorrow. It's gonna go on and on and on. I mean, my ballot's already received. I hear there's 11,000 more absentee ballots that have not been turned in my county alone, though 50% of people in my county have already voted by early voting or mail-in ballots. I just have a really, really sick feeling in my stomach, and I'm kind of expecting the worst. I don't want to be let down like 4 years ago. That was rough. And all my fears came true. Back then, if we were friends and you voted for Trump, I'd be like, okay, cool, we just see things differently. But now, you need to not tell me if you voted for him, because I will judge you. I think I will. I think I couldn't see how your heart could be filled with love for others. Maybe love for your family and love for yourself, but there's not words for it. It's a sick feeling. It's a horrible feeling. I just can't understand how anybody could vote for him. Even if he's representing views that are your hills to die on. I get it. I get people have their hills to die on. They have to vote Republican. But I feel like if there's ever an exception in the history of time, can't it be now? He's a horrible, horrible bully of a person, and I'm scared for us. I'm scared for us. I'm gonna try and get some fresh air and sunshine tomorrow. Didn't get any today. I'm sure it'll help. Maybe a donut. Anyway, today was Monday. I don't have my work yet for the week. So we went to the mall for an indoor walk. It was really extremely windy, a wind advisory this morning, making the wind chills in the teens and 20s. School is out, as I said, so it started out okay. Sebastian was dragging his feet about getting dressed, and then dragging his feet about getting his shoes on, so I was there way later than I wanted. We had a brief amount of time where it was just the people who go there to walk, and the stores were still closed, but then it quickly escalated. We went through the drama of getting that game. He's extremely happy, but then we came home, had lunch. Jax did his school. He had a nice light day, and I went up with Sebastian for quiet time. Then we came down, and Jax was doing a play date with his neighborhood friends. He had already used up his switch time probably because he switched to his new game and they were FaceTiming, and he was like trying to show them the game, but he couldn't get the iPad pointed at that and still play. So he was like describing it. I colored with Sebastian for a bit, but then I took pity on Jax and I just held the iPads pointed at a screen for a solid like 15 to 20 minutes while also playing Legos on my lap with Sebastian. And then we figured out dinner. We ordered some pasta because Jax loves this one place and has been begging. And then I started a new puzzle last night. I didn't film that. I got the edge pieces almost sorted out. So I sat down to finish that, and my husband joined me. And we got all the edges sorted and put out. We're still missing one. Then I made a second pass and I sorted out some colors and started making the paint pots. So here we are. Jax was playing his game, I think. He spent way too much time on his DS because I can't control the screen time. And Sebastian was building a Duplo train tracks with his daddy. So yeah, that leads us to today. Sorry I got emotional on you. It's gonna happen a lot in the next couple weeks. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but Sebastian's waiting for me, so I am going to get changed out of my comfy warm sweater. I am freezing. It is so cold up here, and it's really, really dry. The humidity is like 20% under what I'd rather have it in the room for Sebastian, so I've been already running the humidifier for a couple hours and it's only budged like 2%, so hopefully that picks up where he's gonna be a stuffed up mess. But yeah, I'll see you for tomorrow for election day. If you're here in the US and you have not voted, please vote safely. Wear your mask. Gloves if you have to. I'm not a fan of gloves. I prefer washing, like sanitizing. I feel like that's easier because you'd have to change your gloves constantly. But stay safe, stay separate from people as far as you can, but please vote, please vote. Sebastian wants to join me in saying good night, but yes, your vote matters. Vote as if your life depended on it, because it does. Can you tell everybody to please vote? Say please vote.
Please vote.
Now tell them to be safe.
Be safe.
And don't forget
Don't forget
to wash your hands.
to wash your hands.